Greatness, Derek Lunsford. Memoir, Olympia. The grind begins. For 12 long months, these 5 men lived the same day over and over again. Wake up, train, eat, rest, train again, repeat. No weekends, no holidays, no excuses. Hadi Choopan, the Persian wolf. A man forged in silence, driven by pride and fire. He knows what it means to be doubted, to fight not only competitors, but circumstances. Every rep, every pose, a rebellion against those who said he couldn't. Derek Lunsford, the American dream in muscle form. A man once told he was too small, too soft, too late. But champions are not born in comfort. They're created in the furnace of discipline. While others rested, Derek trained. While others doubted, he believed. Samson Dauda, the Nigerian lion. A force of nature, carrying not just muscle, but rhythm. A living sculpture in motion. He didn't chase perfection, he chased purpose. He wanted to prove that beauty and power can coexist. That size can dance. Andrew jacked. The aesthetic anomaly, a silhouette that defies physics, lines carved like marble, presence like thunder. For Andrew, bodybuilding is art. Each pose, a story told through muscle and mastery. And then there's the mystery, the man with a question mark. He represents every competitor who's ever stood in the shadows, the ones who gave everything and still didn't get the light. He is every underdog, every fighter who dreams to one day hear his name echo in victory. The struggle behind the stage. What we see on stage is only the final chapter. Behind the spotlight lies the storm, days of exhaustion so deep that sleep feels like a dream. Meals measured by grams, not flavor. Pain that never leaves but becomes a companion. Hadi's body fought him this year. Injuries, setbacks, whispers that he'd fade. But he showed up, harder, sharper, hungrier than ever. Because champions don't retreat, they evolve. Samson battled the scale, chasing fullness without losing finesse. Every morning the mirror was a war zone. Was he big enough? Was he lean enough? He trained not against others, but against the image in his mind. Andrew refined his craft, symmetry, posing, control. He knew that muscle alone doesn't win Olympia. Presence does, and presence comes from soul. And Derek transformed, not just physically, but mentally. He learned that the body follows where the mind leads. He wasn't chasing trophies, he was chasing destiny. The final week. Seven days before the show, the air changes, silence in the gym, eyes locked, minds sharpened. Every ounce of food, every drop of water, calculated to perfection. The body becomes a weapon, the soul becomes steel. They all know. One wrong move, One misstep, and a year's worth of work fades in seconds. This is the edge where fear meets faith. Hadi reminds himself, I've been here before. I've felt the weight of doubt, but I rise. Samson whispers, my time will come, not by luck, but by labor. Andrew focuses on the moment. Art doesn't rush, it reveals. Derek stands in the mirror. I was made for this. And the mystery man clenches his fists. One day, they'll know my name. The stage lights ignite like fire. The crowd roars, not for fame, but for the human spirit on display. Each man steps forward, skin glistening under the light, every muscle fiber alive. They hit their poses, and the arena trembles. Hadi, granite hard, dense as stone, the embodiment of resilience. Derek, flawless balance, every line flowing, every pose alive with passion. Samson, majestic, wide as the horizon, each move commanding awe. Andrew, art in motion, graceful yet deadly. And the mystery competitor, raw, determined, giving everything he has. It's no longer about who's stronger, it's about who's unbreakable. The judgment. Hours feel like minutes. The lights dim, the air stills. 5 men stand as one, drained, humbled, proud. The judges whisper, the audience waits. Every breath feels heavy with history. And then, it happens. The announcement. 4th place, Andrew. The artist bows with grace, knowing his masterpiece will live on. 3rd, Samson, a smile through exhaustion. He knows his rise is far from over. 2nd, Hadi, a warrior's heart. He nods, eyes burning not with loss, but with purpose. And then, silence. The world holds its breath. And your new Mr. Olympia.
Lunsford!
Tears, cheers, and disbelief collide as Derek raises the Sandow Trophy high. Not as a man who defeated others, but as one who conquered himself. For every early morning, every late night grind, every moment of doubt. This is the answer. Derek didn't win because he was the biggest. He won because he was the most complete, in body, in spirit, in heart. He brought balance, harmony, and perfection, the true essence of bodybuilding. The others nod in respect. Because they know greatness recognizes greatness. And tonight, it wears Derek's name. But this isn't the end. It's the continuation of the story every athlete lives for. Hadi will return, hungrier, sharper. Samson will refine his lion's heart into legend. Andrew will perfect his art into history. The mystery man will rise from the shadows one day, proving that dreams never die. And Derek, he'll wake up tomorrow not as a champion, but as a man ready to defend the crown. Because the greatest lesson of all is this: champions aren't defined by trophies. They're defined by the journey, by the pain they endure, hits you, you don't. Every once in a while, the world witnesses something rare. Not just power, not just perfection, but purpose. Five men stand before us, warriors of will, monuments of discipline. But this story is not only about them, it's about you. It's about every soul who wakes up tired but still shows up. Every heart that beats louder in the silence of struggle. Because greatness, real greatness, is not found on a stage. It's built in the dark, in the moments when no one is watching, when the world says you can't. And you whisper back, watch me. You see, champions aren't born in the spotlight. They're born in the shadows, forged by repetition, by pain, by relentless pursuit. When everyone else sleeps, they rise. When comfort calls, they turn away. When fear whispers, they roar back. Every rep, every meal, every drop of sweat. It's not about muscle, it's about mastery. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. The true test of a champion is not how hard they hit. It's how hard they keep going when the body screams enough. And that's what separates them. That's what defines you. Because the fire that burns inside a true warrior doesn't need permission to exist. Let's talk about struggle. The world glorifies success, but hides the pain behind it. No one sees the tears, the sleepless nights, the hunger, the fear. No one feels the weight of failure pressing against your chest. But champions, they don't hide from pain. They use it. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback a stepping stone. Every scar a reminder you survived that, and you're still standing. The road to greatness isn't straight. It's twisted, cruel, unforgiving. It will break you again and again until you become unbreakable. Because struggle doesn't stop you from reaching the top. It prepares you for it. There will come a moment for every dreamer when you question everything. When your body fails, your faith fades, and your vision blurs. When you ask yourself, is it worth it? And in that silence, that lonely, painful silence, you'll find your answer. Because greatness isn't given, it's earned by those who refuse to surrender.
Every champion you've ever admired, they've all stood in that place. Hadi, Derek, Samson, Andrew. They all knew what it felt like to be doubted, dismissed, disrespected. But they didn't let that be the end of their story. They got back up, again and again and again, until the world had no choice but to notice.
Motivation fades. It burns bright for a moment, then disappears like smoke. But discipline, that's eternal. Discipline is what makes you wake up when the alarm hurts. It's what makes you train when your body says no. It's what makes you study, work, and grind long after the excitement is gone. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. That's the secret they all share. The reason Derek Lunsford stood tall as a champion was not because of his size or genetics. It was because of his consistency. Day after day, he showed up. Tired, sore, hungry, but present. He didn't chase perfection. He chased progress. And that is the real definition of greatness. happens on stage, it happens in the mind. The greatest power you will ever hold is belief. Belief when the odds are against you. Belief when the world laughs at your dream. Belief when even you begin to doubt yourself. To every dreamer, every fighter, every soul chasing greatness, remember their story. The iron never lies. It rewards only those who give everything. And on that stage, beneath those lights, 5 men proved one truth. You can't fake greatness. You can only become it.